Alrighty.
Okay, we're back.
I love a swing chair.
I know,
love a
it's
swivel
fun.
chair.
It's
Isn't
fun.
it?
Everything here is just like it can move the mic.
It is.
It's fun. It's seamless. Easy breezy.
Yeah, and there's also this feeling of like, I feel like we're in a Saturday Night Live skit of the two women that run the radio station. And it's like, hi, welcome to So Much More.
Welcome.
Doesn't it? Isn't it nice?
It is nice.
It's very
I just
intimate.
I love how I can hear you like right inside my headphones here.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Very cool. Anyway, welcome to episode 2. So episode 2.
Sorry, my headphones are falling off here.
You're good. Looks
Okay.
great. It's an accessory, a
Yes.
perfect accessory for the story that we're about to go into. So episode 2, Men's Style Pro.
Yes.
The boy, the blog,
Mm-hmm.
the brand.
Yes.
Okay. Talk about one of the coolest cats
I've
ever witnessed.
I didn't know what to expect, and he was smooth.
So smooth.
Smooth.
I used to think that Yuki was the smoothest dude around. Like,
Yeah, I
I
don't
call
know.
Yuki
He
a
gives him a good
swagasaurus. Yeah, but Sabir Peel is pretty
does.
smooth.
He's
a
smooth.
smooth dude. So
Just
um,
sharp. Just
yes.
smooth guy.
Yes. And so if you've seen the segment
Mm-hmm.
on our newscast, you will have or would have learned that Sabir runs a style blog called
Mm-hmm.
menstylepro.com. It's actually like an editorial magazine website.
Right.
So it blossomed from a blog into a website, into this brand that is sought after from fashion houses all over the world, globally, and also locally. And Sabir is this guy who grew up in North Philly. He worked in higher education and then transitioned.
Like a dual degree
Yeah, he's
or
got like
something
double
that.
degrees.
Yeah.
And then he transitioned into the fashion blogging world, and he did that because Esquire magazine dubbed him in the top 5 of one of the best dressed real men in America.
Yes. That's
Imagine holding that title.
I
Sounds like a
know.
lot of work.
No, but he
Holds
lives up
it
to it too.
I try and set the bar low, so that way everybody gets like a taste of like the real me. So if I do dial up one day, I'm like, oh,
You're
she
like,
looks cute
wow.
today. But otherwise, it's like minimal. Keep it
I
minimal.
know. Like if he just, but you know what though? He's the kind of person that even if he was minimal, he's wearing sweats, he's
Yeah.
just chill,
He'd
he's
still
still gonna
look
look
good.
like he worked
Yeah.
really hard at it.
He's the guy that so many people hate because
Yeah.
they know how much work it takes to look like that.
I know. Yeah.
But I love him for it.
Yeah, it's great.
And it has worked out for this guy.
Oh yeah.
So, what a great story he has. I mean, obviously, again, he's this mogul, right? He works out of Center City. However, he has a house in the suburbs. He also has a beautiful family, an adorable son that has his own Instagram account,
It's
which
super cute.
brilliant. So, but you know, you wonder, where did it all begin? Right. So where did that style come from?
Yeah, because we talked about that a little bit. You know, I'm no fashion guru.
Jen, don't stop enough with the
Whatever.
negative self-talk. We have this conversation all the time. I'm
No,
sick
but
of it.
seriously, I don't know brands. I don't know, but you could just look at him and you know he's
You
doing
know
it
he knows
right.
something.
Right.
You're like, why does
Okay,
this guy
I
have it all
don't know
figured out?
that, but he looks really good.
Which is why his website is such
Absolutely.
a source, right?
Yes,
You have people that
yes.
look at his website, myself included, and I'm like, God, I need a tuxedo.
And the stuff that he pairs, he just takes risks, but
Yes.
it looks great.
Well, you made the observation about his outfit as we were filming,
Yes.
right?
Who puts just shirtless under a vest?
He did have a T-shirt on.
Okay, but still, I was like, wow,
Right.
that's bold.
So Sabir had just this, cotton T-shirt underneath a really cool, like, tweed vest. Throws on a jacket, some really cool jewelry, a pinky ring, right? And just looks like the dapper Don he is.
Yes.
And then it's like you just look at him, and this music starts playing in your head, right? You're like, He's just
I don't have
bopping
that
along.
song.
Oh, yeah. Is that just me?
I think it's just in
That's
your
just
head.
me.
Yeah.
So anyway, Where did it all start? I
Right.
feel like we all grow up admiring the way someone looks. Have you ever admired
No.
the way? Never? As a kid, I'm alone on that?
No, but I just think I admired different things. So, like,
Okay.
style never was a thing. Like, I just didn't, you know.
But take me back. Do you have like a memory where you recall someone's outfit pretty predominantly? Nothing.
No.
Okay.
I got nothing. I'm
All right,
sorry.
Jen. Well, forget you then. Okay?
No, I mean,
sorry
I know
I
that's
invited
normal
you.
it's not for me. It's just I don't.
Maybe it's because I'm a
Yeah.
visual person.
But no, and you're so like you love fashion, you just love
That's what
clothes
jumps
and
to me.
accessories. So that's your thing, right?
Right.
For me, it would be, I don't know, somebody's personality or some other thing that I would take. You know.
Are you calling me vain?
No, no, no.
I
you're
am a little bit, but I'll admit that.
no, you're not.
So I'll share a little story. So I'll take you back when I was probably about like 7 years old, and I remember my Aunt Maisie. So Aunt Maisie was my dad's aunt, and she always looked so comfy. Like baggy sweaters
Yeah.
and like black tights and black leather boots, and she was at that time, I think she was like close to 70. That was my style star.
There you go.
And she's
Comfy
smoking
Aunt Maisie.
cigarettes, drinking coffee, and as soon as I kind of understood what I needed to do, it was like, Mom, I need to go to Strawbridge's basement
To look like Aunt Maisie.
to look like Aunt Maisie.
That's funny that comfy was
Yeah.
what
It was just
what spoke to
something.
you.
You know what I think? What spoke to me? It was like at that point, Aunt Maisie was a brand.
Okay.
It was just like she's cool.
Interesting.
She doesn't care. She's
Yeah.
just comfy, kicking it
Right.
with her coffee.
That comes
no
with
care
age.
in the world. Maybe that's what it was that,
comes
stuck
with
out.
age, right? She's like, I don't care.
Right. Well, speaking of age, Sabir
Right.
looked to an older individual,
He
older
did.
than himself at the
He
time.
had an
for
uncle,
some-
not
he had
an
an
aunt.
uncle,
Right.
yeah. His uncle Jerome was his style influence. So just listen to what was left on the cutting room floor. This didn't make it into the piece, but it says a little bit more about where Sabir really got a lot of his style influence
Yeah.
from. So take a look at this.
So my uncle, he would come in, he was like the leisure suit guy. So like matching like flowy white shirt with a white pant, but then he'll have a cream and like oxblood color, like gator shoe on, some rings, which obviously I'm ringed out, and probably like some Cazelle glasses with like the gold rims and like a tent. And probably at that time, so this is like 94, like a Gumby cut. So like that, I just thought it was cool. It was like that New Jack era swing vibe. And I was like, okay, I can get down with it. So I reinterpreted it as once a week I go to school with a pair of shoes on. Even though I was like sport heavy, all that, I just threw on a pair of shoes and like a nice pair of slacks and like a flowy shirt. People used to give me stuff for it. They'd be like, what is this dude doing? But I was like, this is kind of fly. And like, this is gonna mean something. And it stood out. And I didn't care. Like I knew people were gonna give me a little bit of flack, but I was like, all right, my uncle looks fly, I'm gonna look fly too.
And he does.
He does.
Yeah. I think it's great that he was willing to push the envelope as a kid because that's hard.
Yeah.
So he was like, all right, I don't care. I'm
an
going to wear
individual.
shoes one day. You know, that
Right.
because kids, you know, at that age, they just feel like they need to fit in to go.
Yep. Yep. And he would talk about that in the interview, like, you know, he had no care in the world. This was me.
Right.
If I want to wear a leisure suit today, that's what I'm going to wear. If I want to
love
wear
that.
a
I
pinky
admire
ring,
that.
yeah.
You know how I feel. Like I get nervous putting a necklace
I
on. Like if I'm
know.
trying to accessorize, I'm like, oh boy, does this go with that? Like I am
Jen,
broken in that department.
But
Broke.
you're not broken.
Yeah.
You're not. You know what it is?
So
You
I
just-
admire-
It's the
yeah.
mentality of Sabir.
I need that.
That
I
is his
need
best
that, yeah.
accessory.
Absolutely.
He's
it
just
is.
like,
It's like
and-
whatever I want.
Right.
Anything goes.
Seriously.
Yeah.
When
But but there's still a knack to that. Like
Yeah,
you're not
he
really
had-
anything goes. He knows what really. He just has. It's like intuitive. This just.
it's natural.
It's a vision. It's like
It's
an
in him.
artist.
Yep.
It's a thing inside. It's a way
Yep.
he sees things.
You know, I'd like to think that we all kind of have this internal compass that leads us to where we're meant to be,
Right.
right? And you can tell in even his soundbite, he wasn't putting much thought into it.
No.
He was just being
He just liked
him.
it.
He's like, I like that, so
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
But he had the confidence to do it.
Right.
Right.
Confidence is your best accessory,
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Remember that when you're trying to figure out what necklace to wear. You can do it
I'll take
too.
a pic. Say, Tori, does this work?
I'm here to help.
Thank
I
you.
really am. But I think it was so awesome because it was a defining moment for him, just observing his uncle and how he dressed, that turned into a definition
Right.
for Sabir and his style, right? So more and more we talked to Sabir. We had a great day at his Center City office, which, by the way, was decorated like it was out of Elle Decor magazine.
Yeah, very cool.
I'm like, this looks like the Instagram
it
pictures.
was great.
Like,
Yeah.
did I step into an Instagram pop-up? Because this looks fake.
Yes.
But it
yes.
was very real.
right.
Very real.
It was so cool.
It was so cool. But naturally, he just has this way about him. He lives it and breathes it in his
Yes.
style, in his space, and therefore he's a natural. So
Yeah.
I want him to talk a little bit more about how he was a natural talent and how not only being this, kind of self-assured, stylist person, but also a person that not only takes pride in himself for him to notice or for him his own self.
Right.
It actually kind of benefited him when it came to meeting someone very important.
Yes,
The way that he
yes.
dressed. So we thought this was pretty cool. So take a look at this.
I think it was more natural. It just came to me. There was nothing telling me like, Sabir, you have to do this to look a certain way to get attention. I've never been about attention, but I've always been about looking good and like doing things the best. It's like I think, who said it? Deion Sanders, like, look good, play good, and if you play good, they pay good. I was like, I want to look good. That was just for me. But then it definitely worked. That's how I met my wife. She literally noticed how well I dressed in college. And she asked her friend, she was like, who's that guy who has on the blazer? Mind you, I'm a freshman in college. I had just like a blazer and like a t-shirt and some jeans and maybe some boots. Like, and then at this time, this was 2004, but it was well tailored. This is when things started to slim up. And her friend was like, oh, that's Sabir, he's a freshman, yada, yada, yada. She's like, he always looks good. Now we're married.
That is awesome.
We've been married for almost 10 years now, too.
Isn't that adorable?
Great. It's great.
First of all, we were all trying to figure out what we looked like as a freshman. I look back at some of my pictures and I'm like, I never looked my age. I think in my head, I just wanted to be 30, flirty, and thriving, even when I was like 15. So, like, he had it all figured out.
He did. He did. Now, see, if I was, I would be frightened by the guy that looked that good because I can't compete.
You're like, wow, his
No.
closet definitely
No.
trumps mine. But, what is so cool about that is that maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
Well, in this room.
It is you.
It is maybe just me in this room, but that's cool because I'll look at somebody and be like, yo, those shoes are sick. Or I love how you put that together.
No, but see, you have that. You're like kindred spirits there. You have that thing that he does. You have that eye for that. I
Yeah.
always joke with my daughters. We'll be out somewhere and they'll see some wild outfit and they're like, oh, who would wear that? I'm like, but you know what? Who could rock it? Tori could. But you just because. If it's good, it's good enough to be in a department store. So clearly, you just have a sense for that. And
But don't you feel like it's also just like a let it ride kind of attitude?
you? No.
But I don't know. Like, I feel like, isn't that kind of part of Sabir's
Well,
success?
Yes, but it's also, I think you're discounting that artistic
Vision,
thing,
the
right?
the way that
the way
he
it
can
comes
put it
together. Absolutely, it's not just about because you could put a really nice pair of shoes with a lousy rest of the outfit
Right,
and it all falls
right.
apart. But
Right.
it's all those elements come together, and
Yeah.
like I said, I think there's some artistic flair that's involved, and
Yeah.
it's just a natural given talent, like
Yeah.
he talks about. It just comes naturally, and I think it comes to you too. It's just what you see.
Right. And I think you make a good point. It's what you see, right? Everyone sees something
Right.
different. Style is a very individual thing.
Yes.
Sabir notes that in another clip that actually ended up on the cutting room floor because he talks about, like, I'm not into trends because trends
Come and go.
quote unquote fashion is fleeting, but
Right.
style is forever, right?
Yes.
So, for everybody that's listening right now, like, think of what your own style is and what it says about you. Because he talks, Jen, stay with me. Stay with me. You know what? It really irritates me when you discredit yourself.
It's just this particular topic. Okay.
I love how you're getting red and completely uncomfortable. This actually makes me feel good because you know what?
Thank you.
It does. No, I'm going to tell you why. Because you need to hear this.
Yes.
You need to know that you are you and you are perfect with everything that you come, including your sense
I
of
like
style.
me. I don't like the clothes that I pick.
Jen.
No, not really. I mean, I wear them, but I'm just saying I feel like, I don't know, it's like trying to be a tennis pro when you don't know how to hold the racket. That's how I feel.
But have you ever heard of the term fake it till you make it? Or you're never fully dressed without a smile.
Well, I got that one down.
Or when you look good, you feel good. You know what I mean? Yeah, like our news director, John Wilson, look at that blazer and t-shirt combo.
Yes.
Stephanie Stahl walking around doing her laps in her flats and shift dress.
Yes.
Brand of you, right? She's being her, you're being you, John's being him. Different senses of style.
But some people look like Sabir.
Fine. Some people do like Sabir, and you know what?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Right. And
cool.
I am happy to admire.
Yes.
I am happy to just take in that eye candy. I look at his Instagram page.
Right,
I'm never wearing a men's suit, but it is beautiful.
It's beautiful the way that he does it. And he talks about, I want to get to this one soundbite because he talks about the brand of you. Right? So, hey, style might not be important to you.
Right.
And I'm not directing this at
it's
you.
okay. Not hurt.
Style might not be important to you, but that doesn't mean that the way that you dress doesn't reflect some sort of brand.
Right.
Because it does, you know? But he talks about the brand of you.
Right.
And I thought it was really interesting. So just listen to this and then we'll talk about it.
I think that is a part of it though. So I think brands like, oh, like you look good in our stuff or you can represent our brand well. But I think when it comes down to the brand of you is like, what skill set do you bring to the table? I think for me, I'm very good at telling a story and breaking down what brands are about, what their products about, what a fabric is about, and conveying that in like a truly natural way.
So, I love how he separates style
from brand.
Well, even from skill set.
Oh, right.
You know, like he's talking about his overall sense of style, not just what he's wearing, but how he's conveying it. You know, like style is within him.
Yes.
You know, and it's his style is also, as he says, his skill set.
Yeah.
You know, and I love the way that he says that because that truly is him.
Right. It's like swagger. You can't buy that.
I'm sorry, but there's no discount for swagger. You have to pay full price.
Yeah, no, he's
just got it.
Yeah,
he's
transformed.
Just
it's just it's inside. It's in him.
It's inside, and I think that's why it was important that we talk about Sabir because whether it's style or this or a skill set, there's something defining in all of us.
Oh yeah,
that represent who we are.
Right.
It's really just about how you dress it up.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And I just love how he said that. And because he's doing what he's doing, he's making a name for himself. He started a business by just being himself.
Yeah.
Here you go. I'm going to give you money to just be yourself.
Right. Although it takes a lot of effort, right?
Agreed.
Yeah.
But ultimately, he's
nice
just
to
being
just
him.
do what you do, right?
Isn't that the dream?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Nice. Here's a couple grand to you be you.
Right. Go be yourself.
Right.
I feel like you'd say that to some people and be like, what? Who am I?
Right. Yeah.
But think about that.
No, it's great. It's
cool.
It's very cool.
So swagasaurus.
Yeah. And again, because that's not my thing. I'm not the kind looking through magazines and looking at style or fashion but so I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
But it was very cool.
So then what were you left with? What did you learn from Sabir in that conversation with him?
That some of this comes naturally, that
Yeah.
some of it is just, it's your desires and the things that you focus on.
How you're designed.
Right,
Sure,
yeah.
sure.
I mean, this is, as obviously as a kid, he was fixated on that a little bit. That was important to him early on.
Yeah. In the piece, he talks about how he grew up, not working, but hanging out with his grandmother in Germantown. Or
Laundromat,
Germantown
right.
Avenue or something. Yeah, in the laundromat. And
Or not in a dry cleaner,
in a dry
sorry,
cleaner,
yeah.
right. And how he would just like watch her press and sew and
Right.
see the fabrics and the buttons and the threads.
Right.
And it was like, wow, like his senses were already percolating when he
Absolutely,
was a kid.
yeah.
And now he's this man and mogul of his own kind. He's designing his own suiting
Right.
and
Partnering
shoes,
with big
partnering with
brands.
amazing brands,
Yeah.
traveling the world.
Right.
He was telling us a story where he was hanging out with Bruno Cucinelli, and Jen's like,
Italy
"Who's
and
Bruno
some amazing-
Cucinelli?"
I
I'm like,
was.
well,
Wait, who?
are you familiar with that brand? They're known for their knitwear.
Okay.
But it's like super luxurious and awesome. And this dude's telling us how he was hanging out at some party.
Right.
And just living this glamorous life. And you're just envisioning in your head, you're watching this guy.
I'm seeing he's like
You're
painting the
painting the whole
table that
picture.
was like outdoors
Yes.
and gorgeous
Yes.
and this
Well,
Italian.
we're painting ourselves as like the dogs at the poker table. He's like painting himself as like, just like a king.
Right.
But it was just really cool. And now he is taking that message and being an example of being the best version of yourself,
Yeah.
being yourself.
Yes.
And why that's okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
obviously being yourself, staying true to who you are
Yeah.
works.
Right. Absolutely.
And you can build a business out of it. Yeah. It's awesome. So here's a little bit about what he said about
Growing
his
up.
messaging,
And, right.
his messaging for youth,
Right.
if you will. And sure, himself and what he desires for himself is a motivator for himself, but he's also motivated by the fact that, maybe kids who are like him, dressing different in school, or learning things at a young age about themselves that maybe the world isn't ready for yet.
Right.
Maybe what they can learn from his story. So check this out.
Like, I'm a North Philly kid through and through. That's what I love. So like a few friends of mine who are teachers or like mentors for like big brothers, big sisters or things like that, they've invited me in to speak. Like, I've spoken at different colleges, especially to like young youth, that's double. But to people, especially like disadvantaged youth too. So you can see, like, I'm from your hood. Like, I've been through the struggle. Like, I've really been through it as you have and might be going through. Like, you can do it, and you don't have to let your environment be the thing that dictates your future. You just gotta let your mindset run and just see your potential.
Seeing your own potential. I mean, between me and you, Jen, you may know this, but I've been a weirdo since birth. And I still
wouldn't describe
have.
you as that.
Well,
I
I
wouldn't
mean,
describe you as a
that's
weirdo,
being
right.
nice, I
Although,
guess. But
weird is sometimes a compliment.
Weird's a good
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah. 'Cause
Hey,
you're
I'm
not
putting-
afraid to
no,
take
no.
some risks, be different,
no,
be you. Right.
But here's the thing: that doesn't mean that those things that I was just born with, the way that I see different things and whatever that made me quote unquote weird or different. I accept that fact because that's what has defined me.
Right.
And my style.
Right.
And the way that I live my life and the chances that I take. And when you're a kid showing up to school with a mustard colored button up and a lasso tie that you borrowed off of your brother's cowboy costume, not every child is used to seeing that. But look at what can happen. You too can succeed.
Yes. Listen, I had hand-me-downs. Like, I just,
Me
I never even, I just was like, okay, yeah, whatever. You at least had the thing, like, I'm gonna wear that, and I
You're
just
like,
all
am
right,
I
what do you got
dressed
for me?"
today? You're lucky I have
Right.
clothes on today. But But I just really appreciate the fact that sometimes, as we, a lot of what we're talking about with Sabir is that it is natural.
Right.
And you are born that way. If you have a natural God-given talent,
Yeah.
it's in you when you were a child.
Right.
And I just love the fact that
He knew to run with it.
Right. Instead of pushing it away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel that a lot of kids need to hear
Right.
that they don't have to push things away because the world isn't ready for them.
Right. Right.
How they look or what they decide to wear.
And that he feels rewarded too, showing young kids.
Yeah.
They can take risks, believe in themselves.
Right.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is. It's awesome.
Yeah. He's a
So,
good guy.
Jen,
Yes.
have you learned to just believe in yourself?
No, I don't want people to think I don't believe in myself. I don't believe that I have any style. That's all. That's all. My talents aren't in that department.
Hey, look,
that's
but
okay.
I'll tell you, your talents supersede. I think I'll speak on behalf of ourselves. Our talents supersede our style, okay? We're just out there trying to do our thing,
Yes, right.
be authentic, be honest,
Yeah,
and just, get people to feel something. That's our
Yes.
style.
Right.
So walk away
Help
from
somebody else feel good.
Yeah, feel good.
Yeah.
You feel good,
I
right,
feel
Jen?
good.
I feel good.
Yes, it's good.
Is it the coffee talk?
It might
Maybe.
be. Maybe.
But we feel good. And thanks to Sabir Peel or Men's Style Pro, which you can find out more at mensstylepro.com, not only can you feel good,
You can look good.
you can look good too.
Yeah.
Now I have the urge to shop.
I never have that.
Wow, this conversation has gone nowhere, Jen. Thank you very much for your time today. And everyone, I look forward to the next webisode.
Next time.
Cheers, Jen.
Cheers.
Cheers to your beauty.
Thank you.